I want to start this one off by saying I am so proud of you, family, for making money on the stock market. I've been telling you for over a week, over 2 weeks, about how this was going to be a defining week, and I've seen it change people's lives. I want to give a shout out to everybody who is investing. If you made any money on any stocks, or I specifically helped you make money on some stocks, let everybody know in the chat so they could see how we do. If you made money with Open, if you made money with Wolves, if you made money with Nvidia, if you made money with any of these plays, SPY, and we getting busy, family, show everybody how we do. KGU, let's win. I want to give a shout out to Sky Breeze. This is just one example of how we learn skills that could really pay the bills. Sky Breeze just said he took a slight risk, and I'm going to tell you how slight. You're going to be surprised when you see it. Thanks, Keenan, for the heads up. He got into an Oracle call, and he put in not one, not two, not three, but $4 and made $1,200 overnight. And I want to say this, just to put this into perspective. This doesn't mean that I'm going to teach you a skill that's going to always turn your $4 into $1,200. This means that if you don't know how to do this skill, I could guarantee you that it won't happen to you. But if you learn the skill, then it could potentially happen to you because you have opened yourself up to learning how to trade stock options. I want you to talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area before you trade. I'm not giving you financial advice. Investing carries risk, but he risked $4 and turned it into $1,200. Family, put $1,200 in the chat for Sky Breeze, family. Put $1,200 in the chat. And I want to put that into perspective. $4 to $1,200, that's the same as if he put $40, he would have made $12,000. If he put $400, he would have made $120,000. If he put $4,000, he would have made $1.2 million in a night. Family, that's what I'm talking about. That's life-changing money. I'm telling you, I'm so hyped right now because I love seeing the family eat. Sometimes I like seeing people get paid who learned and put in the time more than I like seeing myself get paid at times, family, because when y'all win, I win too. This is another one. Goalie just said that they just made $18,000 on an open call option. Family, that's what I'm talking about. Opendoor right now, the stock is currently $10.30. It's moving up, it's moving down. You might see it at different times. We've been talking about this one since it was $4.50. I made a video 9 days ago saying buy heavy. I put a question mark on it. Does this $4 stock have the potential to blow? Many of y'all have seen that video. If you've seen it, family, we need to get the message out so people who are getting smoked due to buying all of these liabilities, they can learn how to buy assets with us, because they saying the rich are getting richer. We figured out how, and now we getting richer too. This is what I said when it was $4.45, that you need to watch this one like a hawk. Many of y'all remember me saying that one. Watch it like a hawk. Don't treat it like your Microsoft. Don't treat it like your Nvidias, your long term. Treat it like something that you're watching like a hawk. Because when you're watching it, you know when to get in, you know how to make money on it, and you'll know how to really change the game and make that life-changing opportunity that a lot of people are missing out on because they never invested, they never traded. And if they did, they were doing it with the wrong people. I want to encourage you to invest into yourself, whether it be joining KGU, where I teach you how to do this from the ground up, whether it be putting more time into taking a longer route by looking at whatever is on YouTube, whatever way. I want you to learn the skills, family, but I encourage you to learn the skills. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who was on the live trader session this morning, family. I'm telling you, I love to teach y'all. I love to help you to make some money. This is what's going on with Opendoor. The top story is that the consumer price index rose to 2.9%. Understand this. This is consumer price index. The consumers got to pay more and more, and the prices that they're paying are inflating. So prices are at an all-time high across the board on everything. Your rent, your loans, your mortgage, all of it. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to Walmart, all of it is at an all-time high. But you know what else is at an all-time high? The stock market. Except the stock market is inflating even faster than that consumer inflation. So the assets are more up in price than even the consumers. So family, there are people who only consume and they just drained. But there are people who invest and they getting paid. Family, let's get into it. This is why we seeing the market pumping up like this. We seen the CPI come out at expectations, that 2.9%. That means that Jerome Powell, who is the leader of the Fed, and they're saying is 97.5% likely to give us an interest rate cut. That is going to directly impact something like Opendoor. It's already impacting it. There are going to be people who rush in. There are going to be people who are late to the party and slow to the show. But we knew that this could happen from the jump, and that's why I've been bringing it to your attention. If Jerome Powell cuts by 25 basis points, then this means that the market is potentially going to get some relief, the stock market. Now, somebody on Twitter, aka X, asked Grok, the AI, a question, and they answered it just like this. The Fed rate cut often lowers borrowing costs, which could boost economic growth, stocks, and other assets like crypto, and that's going to be seen as positive by many investors. Even though it could be a sign of the economy weakening, it's still going to help the stocks and crypto and everything like that more than likely pump up like crazy, and we are going to be here, family. You've been watching people on YouTube being bears across the board, but we hit another all-time high. We got to be on like the 20th all-time high this year, if not more. And why do I say that? People telling me, Keenan, you buying this at an all-time high. You buying that at an all-time high. Family, I'm going to keep buying it if it's going to keep pumping up. I gave a perfect lesson this morning, and many of y'all was there for it on the live trading session. And I was telling you about how we've been trained to look for reversals so much that we forget that we're looking at an uptrend. If you're looking at an uptrend and it's going to continue up, but all in your mind, all you do is see, oh man, this is going to drop. Should I short it here? Should I go low here? Family, if you're looking at an uptrend, the trend is your friend. That's the first indicator that you're looking at. Is this trend going to continue? We want to know when it's going to reverse, but if all you're looking for is reversals, you are going to miss out on the trends and miss out on the train. Let's get into why the rate cut is super important. The FOMC rate date is going to be the 17th of September. This is going to be the conference where Federal Reserve leader Jerome Powell is going to tell us if he's actually going to cut by 25 basis points, is what the whole market expects. And Donald Trump is trying to force it. So we shall see if it happens. But if it does happen, understand there's two things at play here. Borrowing money is going to be cheaper for everybody across the board. However, the big institutions and even the Mag 7 stocks, your Nvidias, your Apples, your Microsoft, they are already loaded with cash. Even Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, loaded with cash. They don't really need these rate cuts as much as everybody else does. So they already have the money, the big institutions and the big companies. But now the everyday person is going to have the ability to go out and get a loan like they always do and buy houses. And guess what that's going to be good for? Something like an Opendoor kind of a stock. I'm still telling you this like I told you before. You cannot treat this one the same way that you would treat your Microsofts, the same way that you would treat your VOOs. This is the one that you got to keep an eye on like a hawk, because it's one of those things where it's kind of like musical chairs, and at a certain point the music is going to stop. So you want to make sure that you are tied in and locked in with the right people in your circle. The right people in your circle are going to say, okay, I'm getting out right here, or I'm gonna add in and buy even more right here. So you could decide for yourself if it's making sense, rather than just hearing, you know what, the music is never gonna stop, this is gonna go up forever. Family, you gotta understand, you gotta be a sniper in this game. I'm not even gonna get into much into using those kind of analogies, because I know the climate that we in this world right now with things happening in the mainstream media. So I'm gonna leave it at that, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Those that know, and those that don't, they don't. So we got into a $10 strike, and I had alerted everybody, and that one is already up another 11%. So again, shout out to that. Opendoor, if you're looking for this one, this is where the institutions are buying it. Read between the lines when I'm telling you this. They loading up on it lightly in the $9 range. If it come back down there, just know we want to see it hold at that point. And then that'll give us confirmation that the institutions are buying it, and they're trying to push it up even higher than 10, probably even to 12, if not even higher than that. So here's the opportunity in Open told us in the last quarter when they did their earnings that they were making about $1.5 billion in 3 months. And then they told us at the end of the year, their earnings was going to drop off of a cliff to about 500 million. So from 1.5 billion in 3 months to now they're making 500 million in 3 months. It still sounds like a lot, but their earnings basically cut into a third. So why is that important? Because the expectations now are low. And if the interest rates get cut and everybody is pumping money into this, then they're going to blow past the expectations if all of these things fall in line. And that could give it a chance to come on down for a nice pump up. But we riding the wave right now. I wanted to also put this one on your radar. They're saying, and this is from Simply Wall Street 55 minutes ago, that they're welcoming a new CEO. So they got new leadership. They're getting new board members, and they're raising $41 million in funding to try to fund what they're already doing. And this is still a company that is under $8 billion, meaning it's going to be heavily subject to manipulation. I know it might be sounding like I'm just ringing the bells on, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. We already was doing well with this one when it was $4 and now it's 10. And the higher it goes, the more risky it's going to be, meaning you got to really pay attention and watch it like a hawk if you get in. Here's another one that we killed it on. This one is TeraWulf. It's up 18% in the last week. It's WULF. I've been talking about this one for over a year now. And This one, in the last month, it's up 96%. So it just took a minute to wake up. But I want you to pay attention to this one as well. Here's some key points. Terra inked a massive multi-billion-dollar deal that includes a guarantee from Google. And they're going to provide 360 megawatts of artificial intelligence AI compute capacity. That's absolutely huge. And they're saying that they got a $3.2 billion promise. And from something like Google, bam, you got to keep your eye on it. This is where you're going to watch it. We got a previous high level. Like I told you want to be a technician, you want to be a sniper, you want to be somebody really keen and paying attention to the charts. This one at about the high $8 level, you wanted to, if it come back down there, you wanted to hold on to that level. Hold. And if you see it, this is where the institutions like to buy it as well. Family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, KGU family, this is where dreams come true. I want to give a shout out to everybody who really listened and heeded the message and made money. If you have not yet joined the team, family, I'm telling you right now, join it. This is your shot. I'll see you on the next one. And if you want to get some free stocks, use the Moomoo link in the top of the description. So I'm going to put all of the links. I'll see you on the next one and take care.